We've tested a lot of mattresses and they all promise something or other. Better pressure relief, the best motion isolation, but this one I'm sitting on has made a very different kind of promise. Ecosa's new CoolComfort mattress claims to be up to 80% cooler to the touch than standard mattress fabric, which sounds bold. So I wanted to find out, how much cooler are we really talking? Can it actually fix that feeling of waking up sweaty at 3 a.m? Or is this just some really good marketing? To put it to the test, I didn't just sleep on it for 21 nights. I tested it against some of the best mattresses we've already reviewed. The Ecosa Pure, Sleeping Duck, and ErgoFlex. These are all excellent beds in their own right. What I really wanted to know was, if you're a hot sleeper, how much better is the CoolComfort? From the very first touch, it's immediately obvious. This mattress is noticeably cooler. Is it 80% cooler? Maybe. But it's definitely cool enough that I couldn't help but call my team over to feel it. We were legitimately, like kids, amazed by a magic trick. So to see how cool it really is, we grabbed a thermal imaging gun and put it to the test. When compared to popular favourites like the ErgoFlex, Ecosa Pure and Sleeping Duck, the results were pretty clear. The CoolComfort dropped back to baseline temperature faster than the others after warming it up for 30 minutes. It recovered quicker than all of them, and more importantly, the CoolComfort felt cooler to touch almost immediately. So, what actually makes the Ecosa CoolComfort different? In Australia, the waffle-style grid isn't very common. You might see zoned foams or ventilated latex, but this specific style, flexible, open-structured and cooling, is rare. Most cooling mattresses in Australia use gel foam, open cell foam, or breathable covers to help reduce heat. And look, it does make a difference. Sleeping Duck's anti-gravity foam claims to be more breathable than traditional foam. ErgoFlex has its own airflow system, but it still runs warm. Eva and Emma Comfort layers in latex and open cell foam for airflow. Even Origin Hybrid Pro, probably CoolComfort's closest competitor, uses cooling gel foams and bamboo fabric for breathability. But where CoolComfort stands out is how it actively moves air, which is via the waffle grid, which Ecosa calls the Flex Matrix. It's stretchy, open, and super breathable, designed to give you that contouring memory foam feel without trapping heat. It's similar to the grid in the US-based Purple mattress, and it's uncommon to see anything like it in Australia. On top of that, the cover actually feels cold to touch. It's a high-tech yarn blend that pulls heat away on contact, even with a sheet on. Most cooling mattresses focus on not getting too hot, but this one feels cool from the moment you lie down. And that's the Ecosa CoolComfort difference. So unless you're ready to drop 7K on a water-cooled bed cover, CoolComfort is easily one of the most effective cooling mattresses in the Aussie bed-in-a-box market. Alright, so the thermogun told us this Ecosa CoolComfort stands up to heat, but how did I actually sleep? When you first get into bed, you will feel genuinely cooled. For the first few minutes while you're shuffling around or just lying there in awe of how cold it feels, it really does keep you feeling refreshed. But if you stay in one spot for too long, your body will eventually warm up. The trick is to move around a bit, roll over to a new spot, and you'll feel that coolness again. But if you're sharing the bed and your partner's taking up all the space, it might not work as well as when you have the whole bed to yourself. So if you're concerned that it's going to be too cold all night, it won't be. But compared to standard memory foam, it's a huge upgrade. I generally run pretty hot at night and only woke up slightly warm once, but that was on a 30-degree night. If you care about what's inside, the CoolComfort mattress has a lot going on under the hood. Firstly, the cool to touch cover. Think of it like that first hit of cold sheets when you get into bed. It's a small touch, but it makes a big difference for hot sleepers. Next, the waffle ventilation grid. Right beneath the cover, there's a visible waffle-like grid that's all about airflow. Instead of keeping heat in like a traditional foam layer, this one keeps air moving, helping to prevent that stuck in a hot spot feeling. If you've ever woken up drenched in sweat on a regular memory foam mattress, this layer is meant to solve that. Then we have the heat dissipating foam layer. Below that, there's a foam layer designed to act like a heat sink. It's infused with materials like copper and graphene, fancy, that are designed to pull heat away. This is where it really stands out from basic memory foam, to keep it cool while still keeping the pressure relieving feel. Next, we have the zoned pocket springs at the base. These aren't just there for bounce, they're split into zones to give targeted support. Firmer under your back and hips to keep your spine aligned, but softer under your shoulders to reduce pressure. It's the kind of design you'd typically find in a higher-end hybrid mattress, aimed at giving you a balance of support and cushioning without feeling too stiff or soft. Around the edge, they've used thicker springs for better edge support, so you don't feel like you're about to slide off the side. So yes, it's heavy, and yes, it's thick, a full 28 centimeters high. But the upside, it feels premium, supportive, and genuinely well built. Motion isolation is solid. We dropped a heavy dumbbell on one side with a toy figure lying on the other. As you can see, very little wobble. Edge support also holds up well. When I sat down to put socks on, there was no sliding off or dramatic sink. You could feel the support right to the perimeter, thanks again to those reinforced springs. Now here's something to keep in mind. Unlike some of Ecosa's other mattresses, the CoolComfort isn't adjustable. That may be surprising if you're familiar with their original Ecosa mattress or Ecosa Pure mattresses, which let you swap out the layers for different firmness levels. But lately, Ecosa has been moving away from that flexibility to focus on more specialized, purpose-driven designs. The CoolComfort is all about cooling, while the Ecosa Align Firm is laser-focused on firmness. It's a more niche approach, but it's clear they're paying attention to what the people are asking for. Here's where things get a bit subjective. The CoolComfort is marketed as medium, but it leans a bit firm. I'd call it a 7 out of 10. Supportive, stable, and more lifted than cushy. If we're going with food analogies, I'd say it's like a fridge-cold protein ball. Dense, functional, maybe not the softest thing to bite into, but definitely does the job. On my back and stomach, I slept really well. Side sleeping was less comfortable. The firmness made it harder to relax into around the hips and shoulders. Now this is where the adjustability point comes back in. With some of their other models, you could tweak the firmness by swapping layers, but that's not an option here. Ecosa's making it clear that the CoolComfort is for people who want that cool, firm feel, period. If you want something softer or more customizable, it's worth looking at their original Ecosa mattress or Pure mattresses instead, then adding a CoolComfort mattress topper to give you the cool to touch feel. A few quick things. First, this mattress is very heavy, but so are all hybrids. Setup is fine, but changing sheets can be a bit of a struggle, especially with the slippery cooling cover. Standard fitted sheets may pop off if they're not deep pocketed. A few reviewers flagged this too. And as we mentioned, adjustability isn't part of the package here. Ecosa is clearly leaning into specialty mattresses. CoolComfort for cooling, Align for firm support, rather than trying to be a one-size-fits-all solution. It's an interesting direction and a bit of a gamble, but it's also nice to see a brand that's listening to its customers and refining its lineup based on what people are asking for. So, is the Ecosa CoolComfort a game changer? If you sleep hot, absolutely. It feels noticeably cooler to the touch and cools down faster than most, especially compared to traditional memory foam. But that doesn't mean it's for everyone. If you're a side sleeper, if you like a plush or bouncy mattress, or if you want something soft and sinkable, this won't be your match. It's firm, stable, and engineered for a specific kind of sleeper, someone who runs warm and wants that cool, lifted feel. Also, cooling isn't just about the mattress. Your doona, your sheets, even your room temp, all of that matters. If you're layering flannel sheets and a heavy duvet, no mattress in the world is gonna fix that. That said, this one definitely gives you a better shot at sleeping cooler, especially when paired with lightweight or bamboo bedding. It's also worth saying if you've already got a great mattress like the Sleeping Duck, Ecosa or Ergoplex, you don't have to switch entirely. Ecosa sells products like a cooling topper and quilt, so you can upgrade your existing mattress with some of the same cooling tech. And finally, all the mattresses we compared to this are genuinely excellent. I'd sleep on any of them again. But if heat is your main issue, CoolComfort stands out, not just by a little, but enough to notice. And in summer, that might mean the difference between tossing and turning and actually sleeping through the night. Anyway, let me know in the comments if this one sounds like your kind of sleep, or if you've already tried it, I'd love to hear how it worked out for you. And as always, may your sleep be deep and your back pain-free.